Sir, good evening, sir.
Very good evening, ma'am. Uh, Kavi Sasi, ma'am. Very good evening, ma'am. So today my plan is uh, to discuss banking and financial institution. So this is yet another easy one. So nothing difficult to understand. So what is my plan regarding today's class? I have to segregate my schedule into two. First one is you have to understand the basic terms. So, having discussed the basic terms, first we have to see the basic terms regarding the banking and financial institutions. So, after that, we'll go for the area, the units. So, what is my intention? If you are able to understand the different topics, different terms, then answering the question will be very easy. I told regarding banking and financial institution, they will ask for paragraph questions. So that is the reason why I'm saying is if you are if you are understanding the basic terms, then this will be very easy. So I will portray the document so that you can understand the terms. So I'm going to share the document. Whether it is visible or not, kindly tell so that whether it is visible or not, kindly tell my document is visible or not.
Visible, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Visible. Okay. So I told this is my segregation of the class. So first we have to see the terms from A to Z. If you are understanding the terms, then answering the questions will be very easy. So after understanding the basic terms, then we'll go for the different units. Different units can be dead. So first I'll start with the A. The first one is anytime banking. So right from A, I'm starting my class. So anytime banking. So with the introduction of ATM, the telebanking, internet banking, so the customer can have the business with the banking institution without any restriction. So 24 into 7, they will have the transaction. So that is known as anytime banking. So the banking hours is not a constraint. It will not be a constraint like the office hour. It will not be a constraint to the customers advantage. So that is the reason why we are having a greater advantage from anytime banking. And, next comes the same like anytime banking. We are having anywhere bank. So anywhere banking means not only ATM, also I told telebanking, internet banking, also core banking solutions. So we can deposit our money or checks, or we can withdraw the money without any restriction at any branches. Suppose if you are traveling into the rural area, there also you can have the transaction. No difficulty in banking the transaction. No difficulty in the transaction. So all the things can be happen done. So that is anywhere. Then ATM automatic teller machine. So we can the which will perform the task of banking through computer network. So as you know, nothing difficult to understand. So it will be useful for withdraw money. Also, you can deposit the money, checks, and also it will show your transaction, and it will show the balance, your account balance. Also, we can have a mini statement. So what is APR? APR refers to annual percentage rate. So it is a rate at which bank makes the interest. So if you are depositing money in the form of a fixed deposit or the form of recurring deposit, so what is the annual percentage, even rate, interest rate given by the bank? So that will be shown by APR, annual percentage rate. Then bank ombudsman, this is very, very important. If you are having any query, if you are having any grievance with the banking service, suppose if you are depositing money, if you couldn't able to receive the money within the time, the bank ombudsman service is there. So if any difficulties, if any poor service of the bank, yes, you can complain. Yes, you can complain with the portal. So that portal is known as a bank ombudsman. So there are some, suppose if you are DD for demand draft, you are taking demand draft. So it should be completed, the transaction should be completed within 10 minutes. Suppose the bank delaying your transaction, you can complain with the bank ombudsman. So bank ombudsman is a single umbrella where you can complain against any bank. So this was under the control of Reserve Bank of India. Even though the grievance service by all the commercial bank, but this bank ombudsman service was under the control of Reserve Bank of India. So it is a like a collection of check bills, DD. I told DD. So if any non-adherence of service within the prescribed service hours, they couldn't able to serve the client. Yes, you can make your complaint. So it's very important bank ombudsman. So even in your passbook at the last page, you can see the bank ombudsman. So it is the keyword I am telling. What is the keyword? The complaint. So you can make a complaint of poor service or delayed service of the bank. As you know, the assurance how the banking entities, banking companies are also entering into the bank assurance. So what is the bank assurance? Insurance product and insurance policies of the insurance company may be done through the banks, or like the car insurance, like home insurance, or life insurance. So that will be done through the bank. So the bank will do the insurance also. So that is known as bank assurance. Coming to bankers lien. So lien means what? What is lien? The right to retain the property. So right to retain the possession of the property. So that is known as banker lien. So I am telling the keyword. So what is the keyword? Lien means the right to retain the property, or right to retain the asset, or right to retain the document. So that is known as a banker's lien. So it is a special right of the banker exercised by the banker. If you are not able to pay your debt, if you are not able to pay your loan, repay your loan within the stipulated period, yes, they have the full right. They have the right. They will exercise the power of banker's lien. So what is banker's lien? Again, I am saying it is a right of retaining the security. So if you are giving any security, so that will be retained by the customer, retained by the bank. Uh, so that is known as banker's lien. As you know, what is banking? Section 4 of Banking Regulation Act. accepting lending for money and repayable with check, draft, order, or otherwise. So, as you know, the two major, not only the agency service and other services, I'm telling the major services of the bank. So, they are rendering two major service. One is accepting deposit, and this deposit can be utilized in the form of loans. So, what are the different kinds of deposit? As you know, first major deposit is saving deposit, fixed deposit, recurring deposit. And another deposit, current deposit. In the previous class, I told you, current deposit for the current account for the businessman. So that will envisages for OD. You can withdraw money over and above your credit balance, OD. So these are the different types of deposit. And whatever the loan may be categorized into three: short-term loan, medium-term loan, long-term loan. So any loan given within 1 year, that is short-term loan, and more than 1 year, below 5 years, that will be medium term. Above 5 years, a long term loan, like a home loan. Home loan will be coming under a long term, or a vehicle loan will be coming under medium term. And they are for the purpose of lending, they are segregating the loans in the various basins. So I will tell what are the different basin. So first one is Basel 2. So the Committee on Banking and Regulation, it is popularly known as Basel Committee. They have revised the norms. The norms. What is that Basel? The capital requirement. So what is the basic capital requirement for the credit or the risk? So, or I'll put it in another way, the minimum requirement of capital. So this is relevant to banking companies. Again, I'm telling, suppose you have to maintain the Basel 2. So what is Basel 2? 8% of your capital fund. So what is capital fund? The equity capital and reserve. So equity capital and reserves, the statutory reserve and other reserves are coming under the capital fund. So out of this capital fund, 8% will be maintained by the company in the form of Basel, in the form of Basel 2. So then only they are able to uh, eligible for giving loan. So Basel 2 means minimum requirement. So what is the minimum requirement in the form of capital fund as a part of capital fund? So what is brick and mortar banking? What is brick and mortar banking? Brick and mortar banking refers. It is a traditional banking system where only the fixed branch premises made of brick and mortar. So, like ATM, internet, banking, telebanking, etc. So, this type of banking will do these services. So, that is known as a brick and mortar banking. So, it's a traditional system. So, it is a traditional system of banking. The keyword I am saying, brick and mortar means the traditional banking system. So that is known as a brick and mortar banking. That is known as a brick and mortar banking. Then business banking, that already known to you. The different businesses, the different services, the variety of services done by the banks. So that is known as banking business. What is that? I told you, deposit, borrowing money, lending money, investing. Yes, the bank will also do the investing on behalf of the customer. On behalf of the customer, they will do the investment services. So dealing in bills here refers bill of exchange. Foreign exchange, lockers, providing lockers, custody accounts, LC. LC means letter of credit. So, can you say what is a letter of credit? Uh, any idea about letter of credit? What is that letter of credit? LC. What is that? LC. What is LC? Letter of credit. Any idea about letter of credit? Okay, I'll say. Hello.
No, sir. No idea, sir.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir. So, what is a letter of credit? In case if you are getting any credit facility, if you are buying the goods on credit, what happened? The lender or the supplier will not rely your financial worthiness. He could not rely on your repayment capacity. So, what happened? You can have your letter, that is the guarantee, like a guarantee. He will get a letter from the bank. So this customer is a honest customer, so his performance will be good in trading, like that. The bank will give the promise, the bank will give the promise. So with this guarantee, with this letter, you can provide the uh, letter to the supplier. So this will be a advantage to the trader who is buying the goods on credit. So that is letter of credit. Again, I am saying letter of credit is a guarantee given by the bank on behalf of the customer. So who is getting the goods on credit? So traveler's check, as you know, traveler's checks, it may be in the different denomination. So there will be a risk of carrying cash if you are traveling to a long distance, a long tour you are going. What is the problem? The risk of stolen, like some problems are there. So for that, the traveler checks are there. So before introduction of the ATM cards and other facilities, this will be a benefit for the trader or for the customers. Okay, so now it is not that much level of application, right? So what is I will say traveler check. What is traveler check? It will be the different denomination in hundreds, 500s, thousand. Suppose if you are buying goods for 100, you can issue the check. So no necessity of carrying cash. No, that problem will be eliminated. So that will be a benefit of traveler check. Mutual fund, as you know, what is a mutual fund? It is a pooling of interest of small investors. So here the risk will be minimal. In the case of mutual interest, the risk will be very minimal. No much interest in the case of. So the small investors fund can be pulled together, and this will be invested in the equity share. So equity shares of companies, that is known as mutual fund, and this mutual fund will be managed by AMC. So what is AMC? And asset management company. Asset management company that will manage your fund. So exclusively mutual fund is beneficial for the small investors who will wait. So that will not be for short term. You can't you can't sell the share within a short period. So you have to wait for the growth of the fund. So as you know, open-ended fund, close-ended fund. What is open-ended fund? At any time you can come out of the mutual fund. That is open-ended fund. But what is closed-ended fund? It will be closed for 3 years. So once you have locked, once you have invested in the mutual fund, that will be locked. So you can't come out of you can't withdraw your money, you can't sell your units. So that is different types in the case of mutual fund. So you should have the idea of mutual fund. The questions will be asked in this area. That is the reason why I'm giving a small introduction about the mutual fund. I think this will be coming in other area. So first of all, you should know what is mutual fund. Mutual fund is a scheme whereby the small investors may invest their fund, or they may buy the units. They may buy the units, and the risk will be very lesser. The mutual fund, the risk will be lesser compared to other scheme. And moreover, there are two types: closed-ended mutual fund, open-ended. I told bank assurance and trustee. Yes, the banking also doing as a trustee. or doing any other business with the approval of the central government. As you know, bouncing of check. So what is bouncing of check? Suppose if you are issuing a check without any adequate balance, in your account. So suppose if you are having 10,000 in your account credit balance. Suppose if you are issuing a check of 15,000, the check will be bounced. The exceeding the credit limit. What is tips? Another thing I'm moving. Tips. Tips means bank internet payment system. So it is a system of payment that can be done electronically. By money can be directly deposited. That money can be directly deposited into other bank. So that is known as BIPS. BIPS means it is a depositing electronic deposit. Electronically, you are depositing money. That is BIPS. So the keyword I am saying, bank internet payment system. Even the last abbreviation. So kindly note, BIPS. It's a electronically depositing system. CD. So what is a CD? Certificate of deposit. As you know, if you are depositing your money in the form of fixed deposit, the bank will do the FD, fixed deposit receipt, FDR. They will give the FDR, fixed deposit receipt. So it is an acknowledgement of your deposit for your fixed deposit. So what is the benefit of FDR? Yes, you can get the advance. You can get the advance before maturity. Suppose if you are depositing for 5 years, you need not wait for till the maturity of 5 years. You can withdraw money before the 5 years uh, by advance with the FDR, that is a fixed deposit receipt. So by the pledging, with the help of FDR, yes, you can get advance to the extent of 80%. So that is CD, certificate of deposit. Check, as you know, check is a media, it's a mean by which you can withdraw the money. Check and check truncation. What is a check truncation? Next time moving into check truncation. So what is a check truncation? So check truncation means after the issuing of check, you can stop the check. You can stop the check. That is a check truncation. So suppose if you are issuing a check after now you are issuing check. 21st you are issuing check with the post dated. So with the post dated check. So there are two types of check. One is post dated check and pre-dated check. So what is a post dated check? The check date will be subsequent date. It will be a subsequent date from the date of issue of check. So the issuing date will be prior to the date of check. So that is post-dated check. Suppose if you are issuing post-dated check, today you are issuing the check with the post date of 30th November. So before that you can stop the payment. Before that you can stop the payment. That is known as check truncation. So what is a check truncation? The keyword, the stopping of payment of the check. In collecting banker, so two bankers are there, the paying banker and the collecting banker. So paying banker means what? Paying banker means in the bank where you are having money, or the bank where the issuer of the check having the account. Collecting banker means what? The bank in which the recipient or the pay means what? The recipient. The pay have the account. Pay have the account. That is known as collecting banker. So two bankers are there. One is a paying banker, another one is collecting banker. Who is a paying banker? Very easy. The banker of the issuer, the issuing of the check. And who is a collecting banker? The bank of the depositor or the bank of the person, the pay. Pay means the ones the who is entitled to receive the money. So collecting banker, otherwise known as receiving banker. So COPRA, I told you, Consumer Protection Act. So if any grievances, yes, you can file the complaint of defective service to the district forum up to 20 lakhs transaction. Up to 20 lakh transaction district. Above 20 lakhs to 1 crore state commission. Above 1 crore, if your transaction involving of more than 1 crore, you'll go for National Commission of Grievance. So based on the quantum, we'll go for a filing of complaint. Again, I'm saying up to 20 lakh district, 20 lakh to 1 crore state commission, above 1 crore national commission. Next time moving into cooperative bank, as you know, coming under the cooperative societies. So what is the motto of the cooperative? One for all for one. In order to promote the interest of the needy people or the below economic background, below economically weaker section. So in order to promote the interest of the economically weaker section, that is the motto of the cooperation. As you know, uh, the father of the corporation is Rockdale Pioneers. So the first it was initiated by Robert Howard. Maybe asked in an examination. That is the reason I'm giving a few idea about the cooperative movements. Maybe examination they are asking different way, or you can't expect in the narrow way. They are asking in the broader way. So that's the reason I'm saying the cooperative society. I don't know, year initiated in the year 1844. 1844 is the first cooperative movement, Rockdale Pioneers, with the 44 farmers. So that's the initial stage. So if any banks coming under cooperation, so example Pallavan Bank, so the one is that, Indian Bank, Brahma Bank, Ram Bank. So all are coming under cooperative banks. CPS, core banking solution. So core banking solution means what? So all the branches are connected. So what is the opposite? What is the opposite of core banking? Unit banking. So unit banking where you can have the transaction only one branch. So that will all be linked with the other branches. Whereas in the case of core banking, all the branches are connected with each other. So they are networked. So you can deposit at any bank, any bank. It will not be confined to only one branch. So that is known as core banking, CBS system. So core banking solution. So all the branches are connected to a host. So the customers may have the transaction at any branch without any restriction. So that facility is known as core banking. I think these are all the very understandable things I'm saying. Credit worthiness means your borrowing capacity. The keyword I'm saying borrowing capacity. So what is your borrowing capacity? So before going for loan, they will see your credit worthiness, your asset backup. So that will be sorted out, monitored by the bank or credit worthiness. Then crossing of check. So what is crossing of check? If you are receiving the money of the check through cash counter, so that is open check, no crossing. So crossing of check means what? You can get the money only through your account, only through your account. So the check amount will be transferred to your account. Then only it will be withdrawn. The money will be withdrawn. So you can't get the money from the open counter, from the cash counter, cash counter. So, in the case of crossing of check, two parallel transfer lines are the left corner of the check, with or without the word not negotiable. This is a feature of crossing of check. Two transfers parallelly. That should be drawn at the left corner, with or without negotiable. So what is crashing? So the check will not be in the hands of the wrong person. If it was stolen, what happened? The cash will be withdrawn by some misused. The check will be misused. If it is crashed, what happened? It will be given only through account, only through the holder's account, the holder of the check. So then there is no problem. So you can find out, you can trace out the person. So the keyword I'm saying, what is crossing? Crossing means the payment through account. It will be transferred to a account, then it will be paid. There are different types of crossing, with or without negotiable ISO. Unco crossing, and I told special crossing. Also, double crossing. Double crossing means State Bank of India to Punjab National Bank. So in this double crossing, you are mentioning the paying banker and the collecting bank. If the name is mentioned in the crossing, that is the paying banker and the collecting banker. So both name was mentioned. That is known as special crossing. So that is known as special crossing. So special crossing means what? You are mentioning the name. The name of who is the collecting banker, who is the paying banker. So it was mentioned. That is known as a special class. Current account, I told customer, yes, the client, chips. What is that? The chips clearing house internet banking system. So it is a network. By the way, the international payment will be made in for the form of dollars, not in rupees. It will be in the form of dollars, not in rupees. So already I told So BIPS I told, banking service, internet payment service I told. BIPS in B I told the BIPS. Now I'm saying C chips. Chips means the same payment system, same thing, like BIPS, same method, but here it will be in the global. The electronic payment will be done globally. That is known as chips. That is in the form of euro dollars. Then debit card, credit card as so why we are saying debit card? Why the credit card? What is the difference between debit card and credit card? As you know, in the case of debit card, suppose if you are buying any amount, but sorry, if you are buying any goods, the amount will be debited. It will be debited. It will be debited from your account. Whereas in the case of credit card, if you are buying any goods, the amount will be credited in your account. So that is the reason why I was saying credit card and debit card. So in the debit card, you are having money. With the money, you are buying goods. Whereas in the credit card, without money, you are buying the goods. So the amount will be credited in your account. You have to credit your money for your purchase. Whereas in the case of debit, you have to debit the money in your account. So that is the difference between a debit card and a credit card. Better as you know, money, uh, borrowing money, and DD as you know, on demand. So you can withdraw money on demand. So savings account, current account, no restriction. So yeah, FD, no demand. So it will not be withdrawn on demand. But the savings account, current account, you can withdraw on demand. At any time, you can. Demat account, I told you, dematerialization of account. Demat means what? Dematerialization of account. It's a reverse of a physical holding of a share certificate. Whereas in the case of DMAT, if you are holding any shares in any company, your share will be in the form of electronically it will be stored. So that is known as DMAT account. Just like I will say for example, ATM card. In the ATM card, the money will be in the form of electronic. So it will not in physical currencies. You are not having money in physical currencies. Whereas in the case of ATM card, it will be in the physical currency. So it will be transferred through electronically. Electronically, it will be transferred. The same way, in the Demat account, you have to buy the share or sell the share through the Demat account, through electronically. So uh, dematerialization. What is dematerialization? All the physical certificate, share certificate, will be dematerial means what? Material means physical form. Dematerial means what? Absence of the material. That is share certificate. That will be in the form of electronic card. That is a dematerialization. In case yeah, you want to have the share in the form of a physical form, that is a share certificate. Yes, you can demat. Demat. So demat means physical certificate in the form of electronic. Whereas a remat means the electronic share holding converted into share certificate, physical form. So that is a remat. So this can be done by NSDL. So the deposit risk. So you have to open an account with the deposit risk. So NSDL will do the dematerialization of the account. So every investor who needs to invest in the corporate entities, they should open an account with the bank. That account is known as a demat account. So with this you can transfer your shares. You can transfer your shares by the way of electronic. You can convert in the electronic form. Dishonor of check. Dishonor of check means a non-payment. Non-payment of the due date it was not paid. Non-payment of check. That is a dishonor. Dishonor of check by the paying man. Maybe due to stoppage or maybe due to inadequate funds availability of fund. Yes, dishonor of check. Debit card I told. Now only I told. E-bank. E-banking is electronic bank. E-banking is electronic bank. The banking where funds are transferred electronically. That's one of the things I told. EFT means electronic fund transfer, like NEFT transfer. So NEFT transfer is the best example of EFT. Either or survival. It's a type of savings account. It is a type of saving account where the transaction done by joint account. So either or survival means in the case of joint account, both parties sign in the check or sign in the withdrawal. Whereas in the case of either or server, no need of both parties, no need of both holder. It will be signed by anyone. That is known as same. Either or server, just like a joint account. But in the joint account, the signature of both person is necessary. Whereas in the case of either or server, anyone. So that will be enough. In the case of withdrawal or check or any transaction anyone can sign in the check. But just a reverse of joint account. E-commerce, as you know, there are, that Amazon, so many, Miso, Amazon, so many e-commerce operators are there. So endorsement means what? Transfer, transfer of check, transfer of negotiable. So under 1881, you can transfer uh, the check or bill of exchange or any negotiable instrument. You can transfer to the another part. So it is called as you are transferring the title or transferring the title of the instrument. That is endorsement. So what is endorsement in blank? You are not mentioning the name of the endorsee or the transferee. That is blank endorsement. What is a full endorsement? You are mentioning the name of the transferee. So the endorser, the transferor, mentioning the name of the endorsee. So who is holding the check? Who is holding the bill of exchange? Who is holding the DD? So everything mentioned there. So the name mentioned at the reverse of the instrument. So pay to X, pay to X. So it is an endorsement, you know. You are endorsing the check to the X. So that is a full endorsement. Suppose if you are transferring the check without mentioning the name, so that is known as a blank endorsement. Execution of documents. Execution of documents means you are paying the amount. So you are transferring the uh, check or anything with the complete without any lack of procedures. So you are completing everything. So that is known as execution of documents. That is signature, affixing the thumb impression. So seal of the company. Everything fulfilled. That is known as execution of documents. EFT POS, electronic funds transfer at the point of sale. So it is a system of paying goods by moving money by computer from a customer bank account to the person. So this is also another way of selling. So selling of goods through electronical payment. So you are selling goods through electronic payment. That is EFT, POS. Factoring, I think I'll be told yesterday. I think so. I told the factoring. So factoring is a service uh, by the third party, whereby you will manage the receivables. You will manage your bill receivables. So you will not focusing on the collection of the bills. So that will be headache to the companies. So if you are they are focusing on the collection of the bill of exchange, uh, it will be difficult. So they have to face the competition. So if they are facing this problem, that the difficulty will be there, and this risk will be taken over by undertaken by a third person. That person is known as factoring. So factoring is the arrangement whereby all the receivable will be arranged with the another party. So that party is known as factor. Also, the factor will give advance to the extent of 80% of the bills. Foreign banks, any bank registered outside of India. So any bank which is not registered in India, that is known as foreign banks. Example, Barclays Bank, HSBC, Citibank, Standard Chartered Bank. Some of the banks coming under not under our registered in India. For fighting, it's not for beating, it is for fighting. So for fighting, I told that for fighting is it will be coming in international business, international trade. So what is for fighting? The exporter difficult. It is difficult to realize money from the importer. He sells a right to receive money at discount. It is just like discounting of this. It is just like discounting of this. So the bill of lading, the international bills can be discounted with the banks, with the commercial banks. So who has a right to discount the bills? The exporter. So the exporter will he will discount the bills before the maturity. He will discount the bills. So he need not wait till the due date. So that is known as for fighting. So maybe ask to your examination. So the keyword for fighting coming under international trade, IB. When it comes, who who has a right to discount the bids? The exporter. The exporter has a right to discount before the maturity. Forgery. Forgery means if any alteration in the bids, checks that is known as a forgery. Garnishee order as attachment. Attachment of your account. You can't operate your account. Who has the right to attach your account? The creditor. The creditor has the right to stop your account, attach your account. So you can't able to operate your account. Suppose if you are indebted to the person, if you are not paying the money within the due date, if you are delaying the payment, if there is a poor performance, what will be the right of the uh, lender? The lender has a right to get the garnish order. So garnish order means your savings account or the current account will be attached. So you can't operate the account. You can't operate the account. You can't withdraw money from the account. So until the further order, you can't do your operation with your bank account. So that is known as garnish order under section 60 of the Civil Procedure Act 1908. Lien, I told you, no? Lien means a right to retain your collateral security. So if any collateral security that will be retained, that will be retained. So that is the right of the creditor to retain the possession of the goods, documents, property, assets. Suppose with the collateral security, jewel, the pledging of jewel, you are getting money. You are not able to pay the money within the time. Yes, the lender has a right to retain the possession of jewels, gold. Gold. That is known as lien. Guarantee, yes, guarantee. It will be given by the guarantor for the beneficiary. For the beneficiary, the beneficiary means the person who is borrowing money. So the guarantor will give the guarantee to the borrower, and he will give the promise of regarding discharge of loans. Holder, as you know, holder means entitled to the name or the possession of the check. The person who is possessing the check, bill of exchange, promissory note is known as holder. Who is holder in due course? Holder in due course means a person receives or holding the bill of exchange or the check without any defect. So without any defect, he is called as holder in due course. So without any fault, without any fraud, so that is known as holder in due course. Suppose I will say, suppose I am writing a check to Y. I'm writing a check to Y. So Y is a holder, correct? I am the drawer. I am the drawer of the check. And who is the holder of check? Y. Suppose Y indebted to Z, he will transfer the check to Z for his for his loan. So in return of the loan, he will transfer the check, my check. So Z will be the holder in due course. So the holder in due course will not by theft, it will not be stolen or by any malpractice. So it will be no defect. Without any defect, you should hold the negotiable instrument. So that is known as holder in due course. Hypothecation, three things pledge, hypothecation. So what is the difference between pledge and hypothecation? Hypothecation, mortgage. Can you say the difference between pledge, mortgage, hypothecation? Can you say what are the difference between
So,
pledge? Yes,
so pledge means, for example,
Yes, ma'am.
we are keeping the gold in the bank. So according to the value of the gold, we are getting the amount. After that, we are repaying the amount and we are getting that gold. So that is a pledge.
Good, ma'am. What is mortgage, ma'am?
Mortgage, for example, if you want to take loan from a bank, so
Okay.
you're say for a sum of 45 lakhs you want to take loan. So you don't so what how the bank gives you a loan. So first of all, then you will show that you are having a house in Chennai for rupees 45 lakhs. So what they'll do, they'll take all our agreements and our house will be under our custody till we are repaying them the amount. So that house is under mortgage. Sir, can you
Good,
hear?
ma'am. Good, ma'am. Good, ma'am.
Okay,
What
sir.
is good, ma'am? What is hypothecation, ma'am?
Sorry, sir, I don't have idea.
Okay, good, ma'am. Anyhow, ma'am, your answer is very relevant with the topic. Correct, ma'am. So I will
Thank
elaborate.
you, sir.
Very good, ma'am. I will elaborate, ma'am. See, the pledge and the hypothecation, one and same. See, why I'm saying you are getting loan with the collateral security of movable goods. Again, I'm telling you are getting loan with the collateral security of movable goods. So, what is the difference between pledge and hypothecation? The only thing is the holding, the possession. The possession of the security will be in the hands of lender. The possession I'm saying, no? So the possession will be in the hands of the lender. Whereas in the case of hypothecation, the possession will be in the hands of the borrower. So you are getting loan with the collateral security of some movable goods like car, gold, or anything. So with the movable goods, you are getting the loan with the collateral security of the movable goods. But what is the difference? In both cases, hypothecation and also pledge, both cases you are pledging the movable goods, and also in the hypothecation you are hypothecating the movable goods. But both cases movable goods. But what is the difference? The possession. The possession of the goods will be retained with the borrower in the case of hypothecation. Suppose you are hypothecating the auto rickshaw, the RC book will be in the hands of the lender, but the the movable goods will be in the hands of the borrower. But whereas in the case of pledge, both will be in the hands of the lender. The possession will be in the hands of the lender. Whereas in the case of mortgage, in the case of mortgage, both the possession and the document will be in the hands of the lender. It will not be in the hands. The possession will be in the hands of the borrower. It will not be the borrower. Like hypothecation, it will not be in the hands of the borrower. It will be in the hands of the lender. That is known as mortgage. So we have to. The difference will be asked. So what is hypothecation? What is mortgage? What is a pledge? Identification.
Sir,
Identity. Yes, ma'am.
sir, in the hypothecation, even the ownership is not passed. No, sir, the title of the good is not passed. Is it
The
right?
possession. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The title. That yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The title. No, ma'am. The title will be transferred, ma'am. In your RC book, it will be transferred to the lender, ma'am.
So what we mean by ownership and titleship, sir, both are same, right?
Yes, ma'am. Title and ownership will be one and same. Yes, ma'am. Title means ownership.
Then
Yes,
in the paragraph, it is said that neither ownership nor possession is passed to the creditor. Can you locate it, sir, in the hypothecation paragraph?
Charge against property for an amount of debt where neither ownership nor possession is passed to the debtor. In pledge, possession of property is passed on to the lender, but in hypothecation, the property remains with the hypothecation. The property remains with the borrowing trust of the maybe some. This is the difference. This is the difference. In the case of hypothecation, the possession will be in the hands of the borrower. It will be in the hands of the borrower.
Mm.
Yes, ma'am. And
Okay,
the title will be in the hands of the lender. After clearance of loan, only it will be transferred to the borrower.
okay,
So
sir.
that-
Got it. Got it.
Whereas in the case of mortgage, ma'am, both
Mm.
will be in the hands of the lender. So, also the title, it will be registered. Once the amount will be registered. So the document will be registered in the name of the lender. So that
Mm.
is known as mortgage.
Even the possession, sir, like for example, the house mortgage, the house
Uh,
will be taken by the banker. Is it right?
yes, ma'am. That is. Yes,
If the amount did not repay, then the bank will take your house.
Yeah.
that is lien. That is lien, sir. That is a lien. I told you, no, sir. That is a right of lien. Right to retain. Right to sell. That is lien.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yes. So we have to know the difference between hypothecation and mortgage. Okay. So identification uh, document. Document to a banker or to identify the person who is known to the bank. So that the proof, before clearing the check, they need a ID card or Aadhaar card or that is known as identity. Indemnifier means what? The best example, the insurance. Indemnifier means a person who is making good of the loss. So the loss can be indemnified. Uh, it will be insured. So that is known as indemnifier. The best example is insurance company. Indemnity. So indemnity means it's a bond whereby the indemnifier undertakes to reimburse the loss. Reimburse the loss. That is known as indemnity. Insolvent, as you know, bankruptcy. Bankruptcy means your liability is in excess of your assets. That is known as insolvency or a bankruptcy. Interest warrant. So interest warrant is the payment of interest on deposit. So in the form of check. So if the company giving a check for guaranteeing the interest, for the guarantee of the interest, for the periodical payment, they are giving the check. That is known as interest warrant. International banking, I already told. Introduction, suppose if you want to open an account, you should be introduced by a holder, the account holder. That is known as introducing a customer, introducing of a person to open an account. This, as you know, joined Hindu family account. This will be operated by Karta. Karta means a person who is managing the affairs of the business, the leader or the person who is managing the business, joined in Hindu and that family. So the members are called as co-personers. Co-personers are the members of the family. The members of the family known as co-personers, and the leader is known as Karta. So it will be operated in the name of the Karta. Joint account, I told. So reverse of either of survivor. So either of survivor, either one signature is enough. But whereas in the joint account, suppose if you are operating an account in your college, so it will be signed by the coordinator and also by the principal. Then only it will be okay. Otherwise, the check will not be passed. So that is known as a joint account. Karta, just now I told. Kiosk banking. So kiosk banking means what? The banking also involving in the put newspaper, selling tickets, cinema tickets, air tickets. So all are done by the bank, not only the financial lending and the financial instrument, investment in the financial instrument. Also, they are doing in the this activities, that is selling, ordering newspaper, tickets, club tickets. So that is known as kiosk. KYC, yes. Know your customer. So periodically you have to submit the report, the pensioners, the pensioners are it is the norm. Know your customer, even if you are, I think, for any network. For that, you have to update your account. That is known as KYC. Know your customer. Law of limitation. It fixes a limitation of the period of debts and obligation. So up to which period they will give the debts, loans at advance, that period. So for the purpose, how much period they have to give the loan. Lease financing, I told. So lease financing is the arrangement in between the lessor and the lessee. Lessor means once you give the right to use of the asset, that is known as lessor, and lessee means who is using the asset. For in return of rental, lease rental. So as you know, there are different types of leasing on that. So first of all, you should know what is leasing. Leasing is an arrangement in between the lessor and the lessee, whereby the lessor transfer the asset to the lessee for usage for fixed period. You can use asset for a fixed period in return of lease rental. So as you know, financial leverage, operating leverage, they will ask questions where the repairs will be backed by the risk of will be backed by the lessor. You have to know the futures of financial leverage, operating leverage. Or I will ask one question. If you are able to answering, yes, that will be nice. So, which is a long-term leasing, which is a short-term leasing. I told two leasing, operating leasing, financial leasing, which is a long-term leasing. Long-term, it will be for a long period, where you can recoup your cost of asset. You can recoup your cost. Suppose you are lending a big uh, machinery, that amount will be recouped. Which leasing? Financial leverage, financial leasing or operating leasing.
Operating, sir.
In financial leasing, as a name suggests, finance, that will finance your amount, that will finance your amount. As a name suggests, ma'am. But in the case of operating lease, you have to renew the leasing. It will be operated by way of renewing the lease. Ma'am. Periodically, you have to renew. Ma'am. Periodically, you have to renew. Uh, so the difference in between and also sale and lease back. There is also another lease, sale and lease back. So your own asset will be sold. Again, the same asset will be get back in the form of leasing. So due to liquidity, paucity of liquidity, lack of funds, you are selling the asset. Again, the same asset will be leased back. So that is known as sale and lease back. Maybe asked in your examination. That is the reason I am touching the different leasing. I don't know, operating leasing. As the name suggests, operate means you have to renew. You have to renew. It will be for a short period, say 1 year. So after 1 year, you have to renew. So that will not able to recoup your fund. So the lease rental will be very big amount. The lease rental will be more. Why? You have to renew. You have to renew. And the repair charges will be paid by the lessor. Whereas in the case of financial lease, it is a long period. It will be for 15 years, 20 years like that. Why, as the name suggests, okay, it will finance the lender. It will be financed to the lease lessor. So the lessor can be financed. It will be for the long period. So all the maintenance and repair charges will be backed by the lessee. So that you have to. Letter of credit, I already told. Letter of credit. LC, I told. And limited liability companies, limited companies. So uh, the company having the account with the bank. Mandate. What is this? A mandate? It's the authority issued by a customer to another person to act on his behalf. Suppose a customer giving like a proxy, the person giving the rights is giving rights to another person to act on his behalf, like the signing, issuing check. So that is known as a mandate power. Mandate power means material alteration means you are changing the date of check, amount of check. That should be a signature. So that should be a signature. If any material alteration, any change in the amount, the check name of the party. So that is material alteration. Merchant banking, as you know, it's a financial service. So they will assess, they will monitor your project. So merchant banking is a variety of financial services like accepting bills, arranging underwriting, or your project will be reviewed whether the project is sound or not, whether you can float your project or not. So that advice will be given. It's a non-financial institution. So they will not give loan, but they will help. They will help the new ventures. They will help the new venture. Information assistant. They will arrange loan, mergers, acquisition. Every corporate assistance will be done by the merchant bank. But I told the venture capital and other things will be used by that will be assisted by merchant bank. But in your examination, they're asking this point. So I will ask one thing. What is the difference between venture capital and seed capital? Whether both are same or can you say the difference between the venture capital and the seed capital?
Venture as equity capital.
Venture equity capital, na? Then seed capital. Na?
To start a business, sir,
Sorry.
for the starting of the new venture.
Okay, ma'am. Venture capital.
Seed capital means incentives or some discounts are given by the government.
That is coming under subsidy and grants, sir. Subsidy and grants.
Starting capital, seed capital, sir. Initial investment.
Then what about venture capital? That is also initial investment. So they will touch those things in examination. You would be able to say yes.
Seed capital is for startups or like a new business.
Venture capital also for the new business. That is also for. See, I will say even you can elaborate my point or any point you want to add. Yes, you have always solicit your reply. Okay. So what is venture capital? The project which is very risky, and for that it will be financed by the financial institution. It will be financed by the financial institution. Suppose if you want to start a project for 10 crore, that will be financed by the financial institution. So that the project is very risky and the return is very high. So that is known as venture capital. What is seed capital? See, in the venture capital, this initial investment of 10 crore, the full amount will not be financed. The full amount will not be financed. So the some part will be contributed by the innovator or the owner, the small portion. I'll say even 25%. So at least 2.5 crore, 2.5 crore will be contributed by the owner or the venture, the innovator, and the entrepreneur, and the remaining amount will be contributed in the form of venture capital. At least you have to contribute something, for your business. At least amount you have to contribute in your business. The initial, the minimal amount, out of your capital, the minimal amount you have to contribute. At least some 10% or 20% you have to contribute. So that is known as but the remaining amount will be financed. So in total, we are saying that is known as venture capital. So for your business, what is needed for the operation? So what is seed capital? Even you couldn't able to contribute something, the minimum percentage you couldn't able to contribute for your business. So that amount will be financed by the financial institution like the SIDBA, IDBA, like some they will contribute. So that is known as seed capital. The minimum amount that could not be contributed by the entrepreneur, even that the same amount will be contributed by the not contribution, lended by the financial institution. That is known as seed capital. So even they will ask in EDP, those things are coming. Yes, in banking, they're asking this type of question.
Actually, venture capital, everything we are collected from financial institution.
Ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, venture capital, like main difference, everything we are received from financial institution.
Both, ma'am. Both venture capital and also seed capital from the financial institution. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Are lended by the financial institution. Whereas venture
Owner,
capital is yes,
owner
ma'am.
contribution only we mean as seed capital.
Ma'am, venture capital also owner contribution, ma'am. But in the
Okay,
case
sir.
of venture capital, a small part will be contributed by the owner, ma'am.
Okay,
Even
sir.
you couldn't be able to contribute the small part, even the 10% you can't able to contribute. Even that amount will be lended by the financial institution. That is known as seed capital, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Then microfinancing, as you know, self-help group. Self-help group is the best example for microfinance. The very economically backward, the rural area, very poor, very downtrodden areas, very micro level, or lending at the micro level. The weaker section in that is known as microfinance. Macrofinance means as a word, but microfinance means to a group. I told even I told niche marketing. I told niche marketing. So the customer, a very peculiar customer, very far, very narrow customer. So for the I told bus marketing, niche marketing. I told you. So niche marketing means a part of customer. The customer grouped into a narrow level. So that need are not satisfied. Even I told example. Okay. Like bus marketing, I told by mouth, by words, you are marketing your business by words, like in the social media. Like that, the same way, microfinance, a part of customer, very lower level, very small. Best example, self-help group. Minor account, yes, with the guarantor, with the guardian, yes, you can operate the account, minor account, below the age of 18. Mobile banking, as you know, what is that? Mobile banking, that app, some apps are there. You can do your transaction with your mobile. Then money laundering means what? we can cover the suspicious and unlawful financial activities. So, for doing the a transaction, banking transaction in an unlawful way, in a illegal way, or in a suspicious way, you are doing the banking transaction. I told that suppose you are a check for fraudly for drawing money. So those things are coming under money laundering. The fraudulent activities. So fraudulent activities are known as money laundering. Using ATM cards, those ATM cards are check. All are coming under money laundering. Money market right. Already I told money is market. Short term market where you can read the commercial paper, certificate of deposit, treasury bills. So treasury bills issued by the RBI, Reserve Bank of India. So all the short-term financial instrument can be dealt in the money market. Moratorium, moratorium is what? Moratorium is what? So across of the bank. It is yeah, some warning. So some warning given by RBI. RBI. The RBI giving warning. Why they will give the warning? So that warning is known as moratorium. So why they will give the warning? If the banks are not doing as per the norms, as per the instruction of the RBI, then they will give the moratorium. It's a warning given by the RBI. Mortgage, I told you, no, mortgage, transfer of immovable property for the purpose of security. So, transferring the interest. Interest means the title also. For registering in the name of the bank. NABARD is a parent bank for the agriculture. So, as you know, RBI is a apex bank. But for the agriculture, 1981, it is a NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So this will be the apex bank for agriculture. They will lend money for the purpose of agriculture. Negotiation as negotiation is what? Assigning a money for an instrument from one person to another person. So if you are transferring money from one person to another person in the business transaction, So that is a key word. So during your business operation, you are transferring the money. That is known as negotiation. NFPL. So what is NFPL? It's the type of limit that the bank does not part with the funds. So they will not be the owner of the fund. They will not be being the part of the fund. But in case if there is a default, yes, they will retain the money. They will retain the money. That is known as non-fund based limit. So non-fund based limit means where it is a fund where the bank will not be in the possession of the money. But in case of default, yes, it will possess the money. It will retain the money. So that is known as NFPL. That's non-registered. Okay, non-registered means it is not the resident. As I will tell, as per section 6, those who are living in India for a period of 182 days. 182 days, then he will be the resident in India. If he is not for living in India, staying in India for less than 182 days, he will be a non-resident. Notary public, a lawyer authorized by the government to certify the document. Notary means he will authenticate. He will authenticate the document, the seal. NPA, as you know, non-performing asset. OD, overdue, not paid within the stipulated time. OD, overdue will be coming under the NPA account. Of the balance sheet items. Of the balance sheet items means what? Which is not reflected in the balance sheet. So the item which is not shown in the balance sheet. But maybe in future it will be a liability to the responsibility to the banking company. Suppose a company giving the guarantee or letter of credit, if the just now I told you, know, of the fund I told you, know, if the customer couldn't pay the money, yes, the banking company is liable to pay. So in future or after the court verdict, after the court order, the bank will be a liable. So maybe it is not in the now it is not in the liability of the under the purview of the bank. But in future the bank will be liable. Why they are giving the guarantee? They are the guarantor for the customer. So that is known as off balance sheet item. Items not now in the covered in the balance sheet, but in future maybe a liability to like a contingent liability, contingent liability. So that is coming under off balance sheet item. Online banking, I think I'll be to online banking, internet banking. Passbook, it's a record. It's a record. It shows the transaction of a debit and credit entries. PIN, PIN personal identification number. PIN. Now we are using 6 digits. In PIN we are using 6 digits. Plastic money, I told you, know, like demat account, like demat account, ATM, credit cards, debit cards, all are coming under plastic money. Pledge, I told you, know, pledge. It's a bailment of goods as security for payment of debt. I told you, know, here the possession will not, possession will be in the hands of the pledge or the lender. So the lender will be in the possession, but the title retained with the borrower. The title will be retained with the borrower. Now only I told you, know, post-dated check. Post-dated check means what? Now you are issuing the check, but the date will be in the subsequent date. So subsequent to the date of drawing the check. So that is post-dated check. Power of attorney means what? Power of attorney means in power to another person. You are giving rights to another person. Suppose if you want to sell your land, you will give the power to another person. So that person will act on behalf of you, on behalf of the landlord. So you are like a proxy. So you can give the power to execute to other person. So that is known as the power of attorney. The principal. The principal has the power. So the principal has the power to another person. That is the agent. So it is execution of document in between the principal and the agent. So the agent has a power of attorney. He will act on behalf of the principal. Premature withdrawal as before maturity, before due date, you are withdrawing money. PLR, I told, prime lending rate, the base rate, the base rate, the basic rate, the basic rate. So that is known as prime lending rate. Above that, they will lend. At the big margin, they will lend. So what is a base level? Priority sector, agriculture. So agriculture, education are coming under priority sector loans. Pronote, as you know, pronote. So pronote is the undertaking given by the given by whom? Given by the borrower. This undertaking given by the borrower to the lender by giving a promise to repay the money. So these are all coming under negotiable promissory note. Provisioning means what? Provisioning means it's a loss in the profit and loss. So if any loss in the profit and loss, so that will be provisioning as well. Provision for bad debts or provision for contingent items. So provision means a part of profit will be uh, set out for not to meet out the future loss, the expected loss. That is known as provisioning. Public sector bank is fully owned by government. Rescheduling of payment, that is you are revising your schedule, payment schedule. Restrictive endorsement is what I will say. At the reverse of your instrument, you are writing what pay only to A. Pay only to A means what? This cannot be endorsed to any other person. So it is restricted only to A. That is a restricted endorsement. So restricted endorsement means pay only to A. So you can't endorse to any other person. It will be restricted only to A only. That is restricted endorsement. So you can't transfer your check or bill of exchange or a pronote to any other person. That is a restricted endorsement. Right of appropriation. This is coming under Contract Act 1970. So what is the right of appropriation? Here, the debtor means the borrower. The borrower has a right to direct his creditor to appropriate such amount against discharge of some particular debt. So the debtor may adjust with the other loan. He may adjust with the other loan. Suppose A lending loan to B. So this loan will be adjusted with the C's loan. That is known as appropriation. It will be adjusted. Same thing, right of set up. Your debit balance in your bank, if you are getting loan to the extent of 50,000 and you are depositing money and it will be credit balance, you know. So the credit balance will be adjusted with the debit balance. That is set up. Custody, safe custody, safe vault, safe locker, safety locker. For that you have to pay rent, safety locker rent. Savings bank account I told, not to motivate the habit of thrift. The main aim of the savings is to motivate the thrift saving. Strong room has the word. Strong room is as strong room is the safety lock. Teller, teller is a clerk. Teller means is a clerk who accept deposit, checks, and he performs other banking operations. So be in the banking vicinity, you will be in the office. Who will do the ending of or honoring the check. So underwriting, I told you, suppose if you are underwriting also done by the bank. So why underwriting? Suppose if you are floating the shares or debenture, there is a poor response from the general public. In that case, that will be underwritten by the agency. So that is known as underwriter. So what is the underwriting commission fixed by the Companies Act 2013 may be asked in your examination. So what is underwriting? Underwriting is an arrangement in between the banker and the in between the company and the underwriter, whereby the underwriter give the promise to take the share or debenture in case of unsold. If it is not sold to the general public, yes, it will be taken by the underwriter. So as you know, firm underwriting is firm underwriting. So firm underwriting means a group of underwriter, A, B, C, like that. They will underwrite the shares. That is known as a firm underwriting. So what is the commission? What is the limit as per Companies Act 2013? What is the commission? Underwriting commission. Can you see,
14 percentage.
ma'am?
14 percentage.
No, ma'am. 2.5%.
2.5.
2.5%, ma'am.
Yes, sir. 2.5.
2.5%. Okay. Universal banking. So they will do all activities. All universal means all foreign exchange, every I told venture capital finance, seed capital finance, credit cards. So nothing will be left out. I told bank assurance, kiosk banking. I told so all the banking operations coming under the purview, they will do in single umbrella. That is known as universal banking. Virtual banking as well. Virtual banking is internet banking. So, uh, Volt strong group, wholesale banking. So these are the basic things you should know. Then other part would be other area would be without knowing the basic things, this will be difficult for you. That is the reason why portraying in two ways. One is having understanding the basic terms. Then we'll go for the unit wise. Still, you are having any doubt in my portraying of basic terms? Any doubt you can ask. We have discussed different terminologies in the banking. Still, you are having any doubt you can ask. Any doubts on that? Shall I move on to the units subject?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So this is the first unit, the banking in business, banking and financial institution. This is the first unit. So I thought what is bank? I thought as per section 4, 10 history. So the first banking is derived from the Italian term. When this already asked 2020, this question asked banking derived from the Italian word. So most of the word derived from Greek, but this bank.
Sir,
Sir, voice
Excuse me,
breaking,
sir.
sir.
Your voice is not heard.
voice is not audible, sir.
Participants, please wait a few minutes. Sir, system is power shutdown, so he cannot able to continue. Kindly wait a
Okay,
few
sir.
minutes.
Hello. Am I audible, friends? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
you are
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance due to
Yes, sir.
power shutdown. I couldn't able to convey the information. Okay, I'm continuing my class. Okay. So now only we are seeing what are the different units. What are the units in your net examination? So clearly, I have told what are the basic concepts. What are the basic things that you have to keep in your mind, so that answering of questions which are pertinent to banking and financial institution will be very easy. Of banking, I already told deposit and ending of money, and some other agency service like withdrawal of check, draft, and value safe custody of that is safe hold. So and also they're doing some agency service. So what is the history? This will be asked in your examination. The year 2020 already asked the banking derived. So most of the word derived from the Greek. So, but this banking terms derived from the Italian word banco. So banco means bench. The first bank name Casa di San Giorgio in the year 1148. So this is the first bank. And first public banking, the Bank of Barcelona and Genoa in the year 1401. So Bank of Hindustan in the year 1770. What are the functions? No need of detailed explanation. Receiving deposit in the form of FD, demand savings, forms savings, recurring deposit, and offering loans in the form of cash credit, overdraft facility exclusively for current account holder, discounting bill of exchange. I told you, no, discounting bill of exchange at the local market. If it is done at the international market, that is known as forfeiting. I told you, the forfeiting means discounting of bits at the global market. Investment in government securities also done by the institutions. And creation and destruction, that is the credit creation. Credit creation means what? So the accepting deposit, the same money will be given to other customers. Agency service side, locker, housing finance, merchant bank, mutual fund, transportation, kiosk banking. I told you. What are the types of banks? Public sector bank. So 20 numbers. As you know, banks merged. The Punjab National Bank merged with the Bank of Baroda. The merger. Private bank, Vijaya Bank, ICICI Bank. But ICICI Bank not coming under the commercial bank. That is coming under the development bank, industrial bank. So ICICI not coming under the development bank. that is coming under the industrial bank or development bank. So like IDBI, IFCI. So IFCI is the first bank of in the coming under the category of a developmental bank in the year 1948. IFCA, but which is parent bank, Apex Bank, leader bank of development bank. Can you say these are the questions they will ask? Parent Apex Bank, a commercial bank, as you know, commercial bank, Apex Bank is RBI. So which is a bank coming under development banks, industrial bank, which is
Why IDBI, sir?
yes, ma'am, in the year 1964. Correct, ma'am. Okay. So you have to know that this is central bank RBI. This is Apex Bank. They will control the credit and issue of notes, and they will the lender of last resort, and even they will adjust the account of one bank with the other bank, clearing house, or it is otherwise known as clearing house. So in India, Apex Bank is Reserve Bank of India. Even they will ask what is the older name of RBI? What is the former name of RBI? They will ask. What is your answer? Former bank of RBI. What is his name? Chain banking system, as you know. Chain banking is same group of banks, same group. Launched in the year 1920. So this way you have to collect the information. These are the questions they will ask. Yes. So, okay. Deposit bank. So deposit bank, commercial banks. Rural bank, I told you, Gram Bank. So Gram Bank coming under Pallavan Bank, Gram Bank, all are coming under rural bank. Industrial bank, I told you, industrial bank in order to promote the industries. So they will underwrite the shares. They will give loans, which is first bank coming under the category of developmental bank. I told IFCI in the year 1948. Foreign bank, I told Indigenous bank, local bank, savings bank. Unit bank means without branch. Without branch, it is a single office. Agriculture bank, as we know, the coming under the purview of NABARD. The village bank, the village cooperative banks. So village cooperative banks in order to are giving loans for inputs, agricultural inputs. So that is coming under agriculture bank, cooperative bank. It's another one, cooperative bank. Cooperative bank, I already told. Branch bank. Branch bank means what? It's a reverse of unit bank. Exchange bank only acting on the foreign exchange. Group bank, mixed bank means what? Mixed bank not only acting facilitating the commercial bank, it will not do the commercial bank. Also doing the industrial bank, that is development, the function of the industrial bank. So both, a combination of both. So that is known as mixed banking. Correspondent bank, large bank. It will do operation in a wider area. Merchant bank, just now I told, merchant bank not only will do the service. So the first merchant bank, it will do the service for the project. They will evaluate the project, feasibility of the project. They will help you to raise the funds. So they will act as a bridge in between the innovator, in between the venture, the entrepreneur, and the financial institution. They will act as a bridge. Scheduled banks coming under the Schedule 2 of the RBI. So mentioned in the Schedule 2, that is known as scheduled bank. Non-scheduled bank is not coming under the Schedule 2 of RBI. Commercial bank, I told what are the functions? Deposits, granting loan, discounting bills, term loans, money at call or short notice or call money. So even they will accept this money market bills. That is money at call means what? The maturity will be within 7 days. So that the financial instrument is known as money at call or short notice. So the maturity will not be more than a week. It will be within 7 days. Even they will accept this money at call. Consumer credit for durable goods, other import export service. What is the secondary function? I told you, secondary function, agency function, utility function. The agency function, collection of bills, checks, pronote. They will collect the dividend on behalf of the customer. They will collect the interest on behalf of the customer. They will pay rent. They will pay rent. They will pay interest, installment, lease, rental on behalf of the customer. So with the arrangement in between the standing instruction by the customer, yes, they will do the payment as per the standing instruction of the customer. Even they will pay the bills as per the instruction of the customer. These are coming under agency service. Now utility service. Utility service, letter of credit, uh, bank draft, travel check, e-banking, internet banking, ATM service, all are coming under utility service. Cooperative banks, I told. So three tier, the banks functioning at the village level, that is called as primary credit societies. They are working at the district level, uh, known as central banks. Working at the state level, that is known as apex bank. So there are the three tier. There are the three tier in the cooperative banks. So primary level, village, district level, cooperative banks, central cooperative banks, and at the state level, apex banks. And what are the specialized uh, banks? Uh, Developmental banks, I told, industrial bank, IFCI told, IDBI told, ICICI. This will be asked in your match type. Probably this type of question you can have in your examination, especially in match type. So you should not ignore the question. So the year and who promoted the banks, that is very important. Who promoted the IDBA? Who promoted the? So I told these are the different developmental banks, industry bank, but they are only the only private bank. All are corporation, all are government under the control of government. But only one private bank is a developmental bank is ICICI. ICICI is the only one private bank coming under this category. So they will give long-term loan for the growth of the industries. So they will serve for the industry, like undertaking, issue of loan, feasibility of the report, if whether your venture is good or not, whether you can float your venture or not. The seed capital, I told venture capital, all will be provided by the developmental bank. So commercial bank focusing on the businessman, whereas this industrial bank focusing on the industry. So in this way, you have to segregate the two types. So they will provide loan. I told there is a first bank, IFCA, but it was dissolved. There is no IFCA now. You can't have this IFCA, but this is a first bank developed for industries under coming under the category of industrial bank. But there is no IFCA now. There is no Industrial Finance Corporation of India. Then Industrial Reconstruction Corporation of India, ICICI, SIDBI, all are coming under State Financial Corporation. All are coming under this category. So I will tell in the forthcoming the next slide, subsequent slides. The land developmental banks or mortgage banks. Their main purpose is with the mortgage, they will give the loan for the agriculture. For the agriculture, they give the loan with the collateral security of land development, LD bank, land development bank. They also control of cooperative. And ARDC, Agriculture Refinance and Development Bank. So they will get loan from the NABARD. They will get loan from the NABARD, and this will be given to the needy farmers. So that is known as ARDC. Exim Bank. So Exim Bank is established in the year 1982. It's a foreign exchange bank. They will finance for foreign trade. Exim Bank will provide loan for the import and export. Also, I told for fighting, I told so they buy and sell and discount the bills. They also do the service. And I'm coming to the RB. RB is the Apex Bank. This is the Apex Bank. I told established in the year 1935, but nationalized in the year 1949. So they will ask under which commission, so which committee this RBI was established. Maybe asked in your examination. The committee is Hilton Young Commission. So the headquarters of RBI is Mumbai. So the Board of Governors, it is functioning under the Committee of Board of Governors, 20 members, the Governor, the Deputy Governor, what are the functions? They will issue currencies. They will issue currency, but no 1 rupee coins. So 1 rupee coins will be issued only by the central government, Ministry of Finance. That will be issued by the Ministry of Finance. But all other notes will be issued by RBI. So it will be under the that you have to know, and it is a banker to the government. So it's an advisory body to the government, banker to the government, and the custodian of foreign exchange. They are acting as a custodian of the gold, the foreign exchanges, foreign reserves. That will be under the holding of, under the controller of RBI. And they will be acting as a representative of the World Bank. They will ask which of the following is not a function of RBI. They will ask. So you should know what are the different role. Then only you could be able to answer the question. Very important, the control of credit control. As you know, two types of credit controls are there. One is quantitative credit control, another one is qualitative credit control. So quantitative credit control, bank rate policy. So they will fix a rate beyond which they will not interest. They will fix interest rate. For how much they have to lend the loan, they will fix loan. They will fix interest rate. So the rate at which the commercial bank will lend the money. Suppose if they are lending the interest rate at the higher, what happens? The credit will be contrast. There will be contraction of credit. If the interest rate is very low, what happens? There will be expansion of credit. So by the way, by the variation of the interest rate, which are fixed by the RBI, there will be a contraction and the expansion of credit. So that understand with the variation of the interest rate, that is a bank rate. Open market operation means the buying and selling of securities, that is treasury bills, in the open market. Suppose what happened during inflationary period, what is the role of the RBI? During inflationary period, they will sell the treasury bills. They will sell the securities. What happened? The bills issued, the securities issued by the RBI is very much secured. It is highly secured. So all the investors, the majority of the investors are very passionate. They will be very interested in investing in the central bank securities. So the liquidity portion will be comes down. During inflation, they will sell the during inflation, they will sell the securities, they will sell the treasury bills. During deflation means what? Only low money, low circulation of money, low circulation. So during a low circulation of money, they will buy the securities. So all the papers in the papers with the investor will be converted into cash. It will be there will be liquidity portion. So during deflation, what is the role of the RBI? They will buy. So buy during deflation. Buy during deflation, and selling yes during inflation. SI. So selling of securities during inflation. So by the way, they will control the inflationary and deflationary level. I told you, no, during inflation, they will fix the interest at the higher rate. During deflation, even you can spectate during the COVID period. During COVID period, banks are offering loan at very low, very low rate, even 6.1%. During 2020, the home loans are offered by the commercial bank at 6.1. Now they are offering a home loan at 8.75. So that variation is that. This is the economic situation. The economic situation, the inflationary and deflationary levels are accounted in the case of fixing the interest, open market operation. Then cash reserve. So at least the bank should maintain the reserves. That is, they all the deposits will not be given as loan. They should not given as loan. All the amount will not be given in the form of loan. So they have to keep some amount in the form of cash and securities. The form of security, that is liquid asset. They have to maintain the amount in liquid assets. So all the amount will not be given as loan. So during this inflation, they will increase the reserve ratio. They will increase the reserve ratio. What is the current cash reserve ratio? 4%. So if the banking company having 100 rupees, they will lend 96 rupees at retain 4 rupees. What is the statutory liquid ratio? 23%. Now it is 23%. So 77% will be given as loan, and 23% will be in the form of securities or cash that they have to maintain. But what happened in the case of deflation? They will decrease the reserve. So more loanable fund will be available. More loanable fund will be available with the banks. So they will lend more. So by the variation of reserve, they will maintain the ratio. Coming to qualitative, that is for specific, specifically they will
Excuse me,
adjust
sir.
the. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to disturb. I have a small
Please.
doubt here. So
Yes, ma'am.
during inflation, the RBI will sell the securities, right? So when we
Okay.
sell, what does it? What is the what?
Effect. What is
What
the
what
effect?
will affect? Yes, exactly.
What is the effect? Yes, ma'am. What is the effect? See, ma'am, you are having more money, ma'am. As an investor, you are having more money, ma'am. So there will be circulation, ma'am. Circulation of the money. So you will spend more, correct, ma'am? During inflation, what is inflation, ma'am? Too much of money chasing few commodities. So there will be more money circulation, and the value of the money will be down, correct, ma'am? The value of the money will be down, and the circulation of the money will be more. So what the RBI will do, they will issue the bills, they will issue the securities. So it is highly secure, very safe, So you will be ready to buy the securities. What happened? All the money at your cash box will be converted into bonds. So no money circulation. Correct, ma'am. So during inflation, there will not be any money circulation. So it will be the money circulation will be checked with the help of the open market operation. But I will say during deflation, little money. We are having few money, but the productivity will be very, very lesser. And the money circulation will be lesser. Just a reverse of inflation. So the money circulation will be lesser. So in that condition, the RBI will buy the securities. They will buy the securities. What happened? The securities at your home in the form of paper that will be converted into money. So by the way, the deflation will be adjusted. The condition will be adjusted. So both inflation and deflation are the two evils of the country. So they have to adjust. They have to adjust by the way of a monetary policy. I told you, monetary policy is a weapon for the RBI. By the way, they will keep a control of the inflation and the deflation. Inflation is too much money. Deflation is very few money. And the lack of money, the productivity and the employability will be very low. That's a problem. But for both the RBI should keep an eye not to control the level. Both are evils. Both are evils for the economy. Am I answered your question, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. See, I'm going to qualitative. Qualitative means it's not common. For specific loan, for specific loan only they will control, like a consumer loan, like a home loan, like a agriculture loan. For specific loan, they will keep a eye. They will with the teeth, that is with the condition. So the RBI will put some condition. So those things coming under this qualitative. So margin requirement, how much margin requirement? Suppose if you are giving collateral security as 100 rupees, they will keep some margin, like so by variation of margin. During inflation, the margin will be more. During deflation, the margin will be very lesser. So with the collateral security, how much you are getting? Credit rationing. So the ratio, the proportion. So suppose a bank is giving loan for 100 rupees. 100 rupees is a loanable fund. This 100 used for how much used for agriculture? How much used for durable goods? How much used for consumer loan? How much used for vehicles loan? That is for consumer loan only. So how much for the industries? How much for businessmen? How much for home loan? So the proportion, they will fix the proportion of the mix, the different, yesterday I told you, the capital mix, like that, the loan mix, for what purpose they will give the loan. They will fix the ceiling and the regulation of consumer credit. So they will fix the ceiling. So what is they will increase the installment. If when they will increase the installment and they will loan will be given more during inflation, they will follow the stringy conditions. They will be very stringy in giving the loan. They will not liberalized policy will be there. They will follow the stringy policy in the case of inflation. Inflation, the installment will be lesser, and the down payment will be very high. So that the regulation will be fixed during inflation. So moral suasion without any teeth, they will friendly. They will say the friendly. They will say friendly. They will say without any teeth. So they will give the direction without any restriction, without any conditions. This moral suasion. NABARD is very, very important. I told Apex Bank for credit. So I told what are the functions of NABARD? It's a research, training, and rural credit. So it will give for regional rural banks. It will give loans for the regional rural banks. So the banks which are operating at the district level, for that they will give the loan. And also they promote the agriculture research. I told regional rural banks. So they are the agencies. They are acting at the rural level. They will get the loan from the NABARD, and it will be refinanced. It will be acting as a refinancing agency. It will be financed to the small entrepreneurs, agricultural laborers for agricultural inputs. So RRB, that he should understand. What are the functions? I told just now. I told granting loans, getting loans from the NABARD and granting loans to the very small entrepreneurs and agriculturists. What are the banking reforms? Very important recommendations. What are the recommendations that you have to keep in your mind? Narsimham Committee. What are the recommendation of the Narsimham Committee? Restructuring banking system, reduction in statutory liquidity ratio, CRR. Also, the fixing of non-performing assets. What is non-performing assets? ODI, I told you. At the due date, you are not recovering the loan. So above 90 days, that will be called as NPA, non-performing asset. Above 90 days, if it is not recovered. Suppose 31st December, you have to recover the loan. Suppose it was not recovered till 31st March, then that loan will be transferred as NPA, and you have to make the provision for the outstanding debts. Capital adequacy norms, I told Basel level, I told Basel level. What is the minimum capital maintained by the bank? So these are the norms fixed by the OTP, SPNS, ECS, Electronic Clearing Service, SWIFT, Society for Worldwide Internet Banking Financial Telecommunication. I think these are all already discussed, I think so. SPNS means what? Shared Payment Network System. Internet banking, I already told. Developmental banking, which is Apex Bank, I told. 1964. It's wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. They will ask in the match time. So you should know who is the sponsor. Who is the sponsor of IDBI? RBI. That is very important. 1964. It's Apex Bank. It's Apex Bank. IFCA, it told. IFCA no more. It is not. It was liquidated. So don't worry about the IFCA. ICICI, it's a only private bank. It's ICICI is only private bank, private sector, coming under the private sector, giving loan for the industries in the year 1955. So no sponsor. Don't worry about the sponsorship. Who is creating the development? You don't worry regarding ICICI, because it is a private bank. SFC, State Financial Corporation. So under the control of IDBI. The sponsor is IDBI. SFC is under the control of IDBI. Okay, that you should understand. Then National Housing Bank. It is an institution coming under RBI control. UTI. So there is no UTI. What is the new name of UTI? It was renamed in the year 2008. What is the new name of UTI? After some fraudulent activities of UTI, it was abolished and it was renamed. What is the new name of rehabilitation? After reconstruction, it was renamed. What is the new name of UTI that you should keep in our mind? These are the important points regarding a banking unit. You kindly go through. So I have collected these things which are already asked in your examination. So that was given in the form of points. So that will be very useful for your examination. So these are all the previously asked things. So that you have to go through. So anything I have to elaborate, if you are asking, I'm ready to tell. I told the committee, the Gusrao committee related to agriculture credit. In mass type they will ask. The different committees very important. The different committees and question will be asked from RBI, but I'm expecting the question in the form of paragraph. Especially I don't know in your subject commerce, the banking repeatedly asked in the form of paragraph. So even they're asking 3 paragraph question in paper 2. Why? As you know, in order to consume your time. So for the consumption of more time, they are asking the paragraph question, especially the 80, I say 85 to 100 question. They're asking in the paragraph. At the last, they're asking 3 paragraph question. So if you are consuming more time at the initial stage, then you couldn't able to go through the paragraph. So I am saying, 15 questions maximum is, I'm telling. So 3 paragraphs, even nowadays they're asking 3 paragraphs. Okay. So any other doubts, friends? If you are having any doubts, kindly ask. Any doubts are there?
Sir, can you please give us question bank also, sir, along with the material, some question bank related to exam?
Sure, ma'am. I will give, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Also, ma'am, in all the materials, it will be appended with the previous year questions.
Okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Even you can see in the research methodology. Yes, ma'am. I have to share one more document in research methodology, ma'am. I will send you. Yes,
Sir,
one more
apart from the material you have given, what did you suggest us to read more, sir? Like from, like what
textbook.
should we
Textbook, ma'am. I already
And
shown, ma'am. I
any
already shown
topics that need to be
at the
covered that
initial
of any?
at the first class. I have texted, ma'am. What are the books you have to? In each unit, I have texted the books, ma'am. In the first class itself, I have shown. I have displayed.
Okay,
So-
So,
yes, ma'am.
sir, can we see in the recording? Actually, I did not attend the first class. We are
Okay,
same
ma'am.
here, sir. It would be nice if you ask the organizers to send the first class video and the materials that are with you, sir, because we have not received it yet. Can you please
Sure,
start,
sure,
sir?
ma'am. Sure, ma'am. I will tell you.
Thank you
Sure.
so much.
You don't worry, ma'am. Regarding material, you can have all the materials for your preparation. You don't worry. The thing is, if you are having any doubt, you can.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. But especially regarding banking, no difficulties in your preparation. It's a very easy topic only. Regarding banking, it's nothing difficult. Okay, friends,
So I
I'll send
request
the
you to
document.
send the documents for each and every chapter, sir, actually. Yeah, and I request you to send the textbook names also in the group better, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'll send, ma'am. I'll send. I'll send with the syllabus. I have mentioned the textbook, ma'am.
Yeah, sir, please you send it in the group, sir, by way of text so that we can understand more.
Sure, ma'am. I'll send. Sure. Don't worry,
Okay.
ma'am. I'll send. Yes. Okay, friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another topic.